Welcome to the Drastic Results with Toni Harris Taylor show.
To go to another level, you must try to learn and hear something new. So make the change today. So don't procrastinate and see your business grow and change. So check out Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor. Toni Harris Taylor. Drastic Results, oh yeah, Toni Harris Taylor. Yeah.
Welcome to the Drastic Results with Toni Harris Taylor show. I am so excited that you are here because I have one of my very best networking friends on today's show, Mrs. Jeanna Bumpas. We have a true networking love story, and I'm going to introduce you to her shortly. But I like to tell you about our love story because there's lots of nuggets in this love story that you can use in your business. So Jeanna and I met at a chamber expo, and she had a booth, and she's a health coach, and she and her parents were working the booth. So while Jeanna was walking around, we connected, and at that time I was representing Constant Contact, and we had a great connection. And I'd like to say that we scheduled an appointment. And then at the end of the expo, as everybody's wrapping up and cleaning up, I see Jeanna's dad throwing away all the slips of paper and that she had collected with people's contact information. So he's raking them into the trash can. And I just met this lady, but I knew that wasn't right. And I ran over to her. I was like, your dad is throwing away your leads. She said, oh no, slow motion. And we ran over there. We're like, stop. And today we still laugh. And her parents are great friends now. And that was the beginning of our love story. And we stayed connected. Then we lost touch for a minute. But because she was on my email list, she knew where to find me in her inbox when she needed me. And so she reached out to me, and we have been like this ever since. And that was in 2017. And she's a member of Network in Action, and I'll introduce you to her shortly. But here's the nuggets. Number one, make a good enough connection and first impression that people will want to help you save your business when they see something going wrong. So she made that kind of first impression with me that when I saw her dad throwing those leads away, I was like, oh no, I can't let this happen. So she made a great first impression, and we had a pretty good instant connection. Second thing is, as I always preach, schedule appointments. So we scheduled an appointment and started our journey. And then I started networking with her, and she said she wanted to take her business international. I had scheduled a speaking gig in Canada, and I was like, Jeanna, you want to go? And she went and became an international speaker. And it all started at a networking chamber event. Relationships are so important, and keeping connected, staying connected is very important. So we're going to talk to Jeanna about what she does to stay connected to her clients in both her health and wellness business and her insurance business. We'll be right back with my girlfriend, Jeanna Bumpas.
76% of warm referrals actually close. Are you getting all the referrals that you want? My name is Toni Harris Taylor, and I am the community builder with Network in Action Northeast Houston. I bring business owners together to help them to build relationships to bring each other more leads. If you're interested in getting more leads for your business, contact me at NIA-Northeast-Houston.com. Are you a busy business owner that feels invisible and you are not making the money you deserve? My name is Toni Harris Taylor with Drastic Results Coaching. I'm a leading marketing and sales coach who teaches service-based entrepreneurs how to magnetically attract their ideal clients to make more money now. If you are ready to get drastic results in your business, contact Toni at 713-387-9273. Remember, take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow.
All right, we are back with my friend JeannaBumpas.com, which is an inside joke. When she first got her website, she would just walk around saying, "My name is JeannaBumpas.com." And my mother really took to that. And so now that's our funny joke. So welcome, Jeanna.
Thank you. I'm excited to be on the show. What an honor.
And I'm excited to have you. I want to make sure y'all heard that second part that I just said. Jeanna and my mom are as close as me and her parents. It all started at a chamber event. That's phenomenal to me. So, Jeanna, in your words, who are you and what do you do?
Tony, so my name is Jeanna Bumpas, and I'm just a woman who loves to motivate, encourage, and serve others. I find my joy, my inspiration when I can make this world a better place, but more specifically, the people that are in my world, in my circle. I've been a health and wellness coach now for 11 years, been in the insurance industry professionally as an agent now going on 4 years. But with my corporate background, I've been in insurance for about 23 years. So I've got a lot of experience in both those realms of health and wellness coaching, insurance, finances, things of that nature. And my whole goal is just to leave that person a little bit better than the way that I found them.
Yeah, and you do that in a lot of ways, Jeanna. So, health and wellness coaching. So, how did you start into that path?
Well, I was in corporate America, working 60 plus hours a week, driving hour and a half to and from work downtown. And I found myself, it just seemed like every year, all my corporate wellness exams just getting a little bit closer to that obese level. I know it's hard to think about that now, like you're like, you were almost obese, but I was. My corporate wellness exams, they weren't good that final year. And I had a friend that introduced me to the supplement industry. And she said, listen, I've lost a little bit of weight. I can help you too. And on top of that, you can make some money. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like those things never really work. I've done them before, but like, let's get healthy. And so in 5 months, still working my corporate job, 60 plus hours a week, I went from a size 10 to a 2, from a 10 to a 2. And I stepped foot in the gym 3 times in that entire 5 months. So it's really through behaviors. And so that's what I like to coach on is behaviors, because if we can change the behaviors, build a foundation, just like we're building the foundation in a house, then it's going to stand. It's going to withstand those storms. And so I got into the health and wellness industry by having my own personal transformation.
Ah, that makes perfect sense. It worked for you. You could help others. And I know from a 10 to a 2, that was drastic. So I'm
That was
sure people wanted to know, how can I do this too? Now, you've gone through a lot of transition. In fact, when I mentioned at the beginning of the show of us going to Canada together, that was a very memorable trip, but it wasn't because of I mean, we met great people and all that, but it wasn't because of that. Do you want to share what happened when we were on that trip?
Yeah, absolutely. So, what happened in Canada stays in Canada for the most part. And we did, we made a lot of great connections. But really, I know what Tony's referring to is it was 2017. So for about 5 years, I had planted my flag with a certain health and wellness company that had a certain business model that I was able to help thousands, and I still help thousands today. But I was able to help thousands of people with their health and wellness and with earning income. And I earned income as well. The structure of that company changed, much like, the world and society and businesses, it's all ebbs and flows, and there's change. The one thing that's constant is there's change. And
Right.
so that changed. And within a matter of what felt like minutes, but within a matter of hours, as we're in this airport in Canada, coming back home across the state, um, you could say the rug was ripped out from underneath me. The income, the team, the legacy that I built, the legacy I was continuing to build, that was gone because of one simple phone call. And, things changed. And so I was at that point for the next 6 months. A lot of people don't know this, but I really took the weight of that on my shoulders. I felt like I let my whole team down. I felt like I let so many people down, went into some depression, didn't really show up as much as myself and all the normal things. But because I surrounded myself with women of excellence, just like you, Tony, and other amazing business partners, I was able to get out of that. I didn't
Yeah.
stay there long. And that's
Yeah.
the key. When you surround yourself with like-minded individuals who, like you said in the beginning, I made such an impact and impression the first moment that we met that you wanted to help me save my business that day. My dad was throwing the leaf away, right? But when you make those type of relationships and impressions and you surround yourself with people because I give back, then it's easy to receive. So
So what's real important on that too, which as you were telling your story, is had went through the same thing a year earlier. So the rug was ripped from under me in 2016 when the company I had built a residual income with drastically cut our commissions, and I didn't recover as fast as you in my mind, even though it looked like I did. I wandered around in the wilderness for 3 years. But what's really important here, Jeanna, is that God puts the people in your life that have been there, done that at the time you need them the most. Because I remember us
absolutely.
talking about that. And
Hmm.
so networking is important, not to make sales. You will make sales. Gina's bought from me. I have bought from her. She helped my mother with insurance recently and reduced her. My mother was so happy to
I
reduce her rate
know.
drastically. So business happens. But more importantly, networking is for people who can be there as a resource for you when you need them the most. And that's what Jeanna was for me, and I was for her. Little did we know that's what our relationship would lead to, but that's why God put us together and kept us together.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about social media because you do it better than anybody else I know. And I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I see you. You've got a great Facebook group. You are very transparent. The other day you posted a picture. I almost came to your house because I was like, is she all right? So, how important is social media to building a brand?
It is important, and I'll never forget. Probably 2, 3, 4 years ago, I did a little segment. I was on this role. Um, so in the morning time, Java, I was in my jammies, Jesus with Gina, and so I was like raw and real, no makeup. My hair was a mess, but I was comfortable doing that. And then I went to some training, and I heard somebody say, um, don't show up like a nightmare trying to sell the dream. And I'm like, oh, I better start getting all beautified before I get on that social media. But what I noticed that did, Tony, was when I started thinking that way, I'm like, I don't want to get on social media now because if I have to go and get all beautified, I mean, of course, I got my hair and makeup done today, but if I have to do that, then that's not the real authentic me. And I
Mhm.
really want people to be able to connect because here's the thing. What most people see when they have a need is they see other people who have what they want, who have what they need, and they can't envision themselves getting there. So if I
Mhm.
can show up real and authentic and I can help someone have that feeling, me too. That's me. She overcame that. I can do that too. Then
Mhm.
I think that's what's really important to me. Then of course, I feel that the world has so much negativity these days. I really don't even watch the news anymore because I
Yeah.
just don't. If the world's coming to an end, you better be calling me because I'm not going to know it. And I really want to instill the positivity and the hope and the motivation. So what you'll find on my Facebook is a lot of encouragement, a lot of fun, a lot of gathering. You'll see a lot about my family. You'll see a lot about my business, but showing up consistently. But it's more than just me posting and showing up. It is getting into those private messages, building the relationships, just like you and I built that relationship at the chamber. Like, don't be some stranger behind those posts. Don't let that other person be a stranger behind those posts. Get into their conversations, their Facebook post or Instagram, and in the private messages with them, because you never know whose life you'll impact.
You know, we were talking before we got on about how you never know who's seeing your stuff. So this show, a few weeks ago, I was contemplating not doing it anymore because you just don't know who's seeing you or not. And it's like, could I be using that time somewhere else? And just as I'm thinking that, one of my clients called and said, girl, guess what? One of my first boyfriends from 45 years ago saw us on YouTube. And so I thought that was the coolest story, and it motivated me to keep going. Do you ever get any type of kudos from people you don't even know is watching that make you say, okay, it's all worth it?
I do. And when I get those, I actually screenshot. And by the way, I have a virtual assistant that helps me do some things as well. And so when I do, I have a piece of hair in my mouth. When I do, I like to screenshot those. And on my social media, I try to have a little section that's called fan love. Because as women, it's hard and I'm going to dive off here for just a second. But as women, it's hard for us to believe in ourselves. It's hard for us to keep pushing forward because we doubt ourselves. We question ourselves. We wonder, am I good enough? And just like you said, are people watching? And so we're our own worst critic. So when I get these, and I'm going to read a message too, I just got Sunday, and it just really gave me some affirmations about something we'll talk about hopefully in a little bit. But when I get these messages, I like to just accumulate them in something I call fan love. And so then that way, when I start doubting myself, and this is a tip, all right, so all the entrepreneurs out there watching, have you a little database, diary, journal, whatever, that you can go back and you can read those Atta Girls, those love notes or whatever it is where people have just really lifted you up, because we need that, right? It's hard to pour from an empty cup. And so messages like what I'm getting ready to read you, they fill my cup. And so I got this message Sunday afternoon at 4:30. This person actually on social media, I have not connected with her in chat in 2 years. So it was 2021 on her birthday. I just reached into a chat, Facebook, message chat and said, hey, happy birthday. I hope it's a blessed day. Just made some casual conversation, but hadn't connected since then. All right, here's the message I got. I just want you to know that you really don't know me, but you affect me every day. You make my life a little brighter. When I read your post, you make me feel like I'm not alone when you go through your things. You always give me the core affirmations that I need, especially when I'm not feeling good or I'm having issues. Never stop being you, because you affect this world crazy positive, and we all need more positive. God blesses you every day, woman. Thank you for sharing yourself. Big hugs and lots of love to you. I was like,
and you didn't realize she was watching, right?
No, I did not, because we haven't even had conversations in 2 years. And I'm not on her social media. I'm not commenting on her social media. Did not even know she was watching.
That's amazing. Well, you keep up the good work, because I emulate you a lot. And I know you look at me and think, I want to do what she does, but that's how iron is sharpening iron. And that's so critical. Well, when we come back, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear how networking has helped Jeanna to grow and her next drastic step. We'll be right back.
I decided to start this. Everyone told me I was crazy. You're going to bootstrap, a little Uber endeavor against yellow cab? And I said, yeah, I am. We're going to do it one member at a time, one person at a time.
I love our tagline. Our mission statement is building relationships that are going to last a lifetime.
It's not about what you can get. It's about helping enough people get what they want, and they will give you what you want. That's why our guarantee is so brilliant.
So, I mean, there's definitely profit I'm making, and there's definitely, something I'm making out of this, but it's still, everyone wants to help each other, to just help each other grow.
If I ever get tired of helping people, then shame on me.
I feel in my heart we're going to hit a home run. I really feel like this is going to be a multinational company in short order. And in our last business, we had always talked about starting a foundation someday. So I told my wife, I said, we're going to do it backwards this time. We're going to start the giving part first. And so if you think about it, at the core of building relationships is, what's in your heart. And so we look for that in our members. And that makes us fundamentally different than other organizations that just take a check.
And it makes me super happy that I'm going to have an impact on somebody, professional, personal, whatever it is.
So that's the beauty in Network in Action. I wake up every day, and all I have to do is stay focused on helping people.
Networking, all about helping people. So Jeanna is a Network in Action member, and she represents her insurance business in Network in Action. So Jeanna, we've already told our networking love story, but how has networking overall helped you to grow your businesses?
So, several different things. I would say the first and probably the most important thing is networking has given me the confidence. It's given me the knowledge, the resource, and the tools to be successful. So we see so many different business owners, entrepreneurs, salespersons, people responsible just for growing a business in different roles, network, and they're intimidated because they don't know what to do. And so, just like on the commercial, Scott talks about teaching and that heart. Networking is it's just who I am. It's what I do. And, going back to the beginning of time, networking is always a part of it. It's just not called networking, but it's just friends helping friends be successful. So it's given me confidence. It's given me tools and resources to help other people.
Awesome. And she's a huge connector of people as well. So make sure you reach out to Jeanna and connect with her. So you're about to take another drastic step.
After how many years?
I know I've been telling you for the longest. And so somebody else had to come and tell her, oh, that's a good idea. Girl, tell everybody what you are up to.
I know. So I've been in the network marketing, direct sales world, coaching people. You buy my product, you get my coaching for free on the health and wellness side. And what I have just really formulated and got affirmation and have the resources and knowledge and the know-how to do is to start a challenge, boot camp, some coaching. I am rounding the corner on getting my financial coach certification. I'm just going to say something real quick. What most people don't know is that I've had a home foreclosed on. I've had a car repossessed. I've had debt consolidation. And I made hundreds of thousands of dollars and squandered it away when I could have been debt free. So I've made some very poor money management choices. And what I see in the industry where I'm at now, in the network marketing direct sales industry, is there's so much potential for residual income. And two things happen. Number one, mindset. Women, they can't believe enough in themselves that they deserve it or they can earn it. And I can teach you how. I teach people how all the time. And so that's the first thing. But then the second thing is, what do I do with this money when I have it? And so I'm going to be launching April 15th, around that time frame, a challenge boot camp. It's a 3-day complimentary. So I'll be kicking it off. It is complimentary for the first 10 people that enroll. And we'll be launching that to really just get past some stigma, some pain points to help network marketers, entrepreneurs, those that are responsible for growing a business get past that mindset and be able to see true success financially. So it's a program I'm excited about. It's a drastic step because I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think people would follow me. I didn't think people would be open to that idea. I didn't think I had solutions. But more importantly, or not really importantly, I thought there were people out there that could do it better than me. So why would they want me? And I'm just being honest. Those were my
I
thoughts,
love
my
that you're
limiting beliefs.
Yeah, I love that you're sharing and being vulnerable with your limiting beliefs, and you feel that fear and you move forward anyway,
Mhm.
because there are people who want to hear your voice. And I'm proud of you
Thank
for
you.
saying yes. So, how can people get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So, GinaBumpus.com. And on there, there will be a connection form to where you can connect with me. You can call my personal cell phone number, which is on the list here. And because I'm an NIA member, you can also find me on the NIA directory.
And you can always ask me too. So, Gina,
Absolutely.
I am so grateful that our paths crossed so many years ago. I think it's 10 now, years ago. And and that our families are friends, and I'm just grateful to have you through all the life's ups and downs. You've been there for me, and I
And
want to
vice
thank
versa.
you for being my sister.
Oh,
So
thank you.
awesome. We're going to take another break, and we will come right back with my final thoughts. And I am being my own producer today. So we'll be right back. That video is fire. Every time I see it and hear it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be at that event. So, the Viral Networking Conference tour is on, and you can register at Viral Networking Conference, theviralnetworkingconference.com. Just click the button for tour cities and get yourself registered. Drive if you have to, invite a friend. It's only $50 for the day of training, and then it is $125 if you want to be a VIP, table for 10. So go to theviralnetworkingconference.com and let's get yourself showing up at one of our tour stops. And I've also booked the conference itself for October 4th through 6th. In fact, I brought the conference up for Jeanna because she has never been able to make it because she's always gone somewhere the first week of November. So Jeanna, I hope you show up. All right. So super excited. I am grateful for you for watching. And don't forget, you have my permission to share this video. This is Toni Harris Taylor saying, take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow. And we will see you again next week. Bye.
With Toni Harris Taylor.